from all of the South, Tundi, and everybody else is part of the team. Thank you very much for including me yet again this year. Secondly, to my wonderful colleague. She's a strong, powerful woman in the city of Johannesburg, and I want her to stand. Colleen, will you please stand? Colleen, Councillor Colleen Makobele is the Deputy Speaker of the City of Johannesburg. Come on guys, give her a bit of round of applause. Sitting next to her is my other colleague, is Councillor Van Wyk. He also is a chairperson in the city. And then everyone, I really want you to just please do something for me. It's someone's birthday today and she's given up her day to be with us. She's our medic. She's medic for us for our event today. And she's also a councillor in the city of Johannesburg, and it's her 40th birthday. Stand up please, Councillor Durant. Okay, so before I get into things with myself, I'll go through a few stuff with you after I've done my talk, but this is one thing I'd just like to let everyone have. Don't ever have to feel guilty about removing toxic and abusive people from your life. It doesn't matter whether someone is a relative, a romantic interest, employer, childhood friend, or a new acquaintance. You don't have to make room for people who cause you pain or make you feel small. It's one thing if a person owns up to their behavior and makes an effort to change. But if a person disregards your feelings, ignores your boundaries, and continues to treat you in a harmful way, they need to go. So, as one of our ladies from earlier said, you look at me, you think I've got my shit together, right? I work in politics. I'm a councillor in the city of Johannesburg. I'm a chairperson for the governance, which means that the mayor and the MNCs and everyone has to account to me in the office, so I can keep them accountable. But I wasn't always like this. I'm now married to a wonderful man. I have been for 10 years. We've been together for 15. But prior to that, it was a very different life for me. So, where did it begin? I must have been about 3 or 4. My memory doesn't actually tell me how old I was when it first started, but I was abused by both of my parents, physically and sexually abused, and so was my brother. This perpetuated right throughout our lives until the state got involved and removed both of us from our homes. My brother was sent to one children's home and I was sent to another, and I never saw him for years. Unfortunately, this cycle of abuse kept continuing to happen. My brother, unfortunately, he didn't survive. He died of a drug overdose due to the physical and sexual abuse that he endured. Myself, I continued to seek out people that were abusive, constantly seeking them out. So I went through several relationships where this happened. The worst one was before I met my wonderful husband, who is sitting videoing me at the moment. I wish he wouldn't. I often do, when I do talks on gender-based violence and domestic violence, as well as sexual abuse and physical abuse as a child, I normally flight the videos, not videos, the pictures of what I looked like. My ex-husband rammed my head into an eye-level oven. He tried to shoot me on numerous occasions. My house was full of bullet holes. He would break my bones. He would do a number of different things to me, and it continued on an ongoing basis during the 10 years that we were married. You will see during this video, which is going to be flighted by Cindy, and Cindy has done a remarkable job with this. We've all had contributions to this video. You will begin to see what you need to look out for before you get trapped like I was in that relationship and I couldn't get out. It took so much that I eventually ended up committing suicide. They found me, my now husband. I just started dating him, and my ex-husband constantly pitching up at the house, threatening me, abusing, screaming and shouting, hooting outside, and eventually I just couldn't take it anymore and decided, you know what, stuff this. I've had enough. I can't deal with this. So I overdosed on sleeping tablets. They found me on the floor, took me to Baragwanath Hospital. Thank God they took me to Barra. Thank God. It's one of the best hospitals in the world for trauma. They managed to save my life and bring me back. It was only after that that I went to go and see someone to try and deal with the issues that I had at hand. You would have heard Martin speak about the same thing. We all go through these issues. I was also raped when I was 14, and I was kept hostage in a hotel room in Hillbrow for 3 days before I managed to get out. So we all had the same issues. It's the same things that keep happening and keep perpetuating it until you can actually do something to break the cycle of abuse. And it's hard. People tell you, why don't you just leave? It's not that easy to just get up and leave. You love this person and you believe in all your heart that that person will change, right? You try. That person's never going to change. They're always going to hurt you. They will always abuse you unless they try and get help to be able to sort themselves out first. So with this, I would just like to say to all of you, look at me now. I'm a strong woman, number one. I'm in politics. Why did I choose politics to do this? Because if we don't do something today and try and change what is happening in our country, it's never going to happen, ever. Myself and my colleagues on Monday were at the court, standing, fighting for those victims that were raped over the weekend before. It's actually unacceptable that we have to go through these things and we always have to look to somebody else to try and fix it. We need to fix it ourselves. We need to stand up and say enough is enough and we need to fix it ourselves. So, from me to all of you wonderful women out there, that was my story in brief because I don't want to keep it too long because everyone else has had a long chat to speak. But anyone that wants to come talk to me, you're more than welcome. We also have a foundation called Believe. The Believe Foundation actually assists victims of human trafficking, domestic violence, as well as any type of abuse. I've got an attorney that assists and does all of the legal work for free. So if you need help, you can talk to me. On that note, thank you very much, Hester, and for everyone else that was here. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you giving me the time to speak today, and hope to have a chat to all of you afterwards. Thank you.